So about 8 or 9 months ago, I tried to paint up 10 whole Space Wolf Blood Claws in one 8-hour sitting, and it was terrible. It was like the worst Warhammer experience I've ever done. I hated it, and I said I would never do it again. And here I am, doing it again. Just this time with some Red Corsair Legionaries. But this time's different, I promise. So we'll get into the reasons as to why it's different throughout the video. It'll give us something to talk about over the 8 hours of painting. But yeah, we're going to try and paint up 10 Red Corsair Legionaries in one 8-hour sitting. And I'm feeling quite optimistic about this. Again, we'll touch on it throughout the video, but I feel good. I feel like this will be fun. I feel like we'll get a big dent in our pile of shame, and yeah, we'll get some good looking minis. So I've got down here 10 Legionaries. I've got myself an 8-hour timer and a nice big cup of coffee. So let's get down to the table and get started. Right, and here we are, all 10 of our Red Corsair Chaos Legionaries. They're still blue tacked to this piece of cardboard, just a little sneak peek behind the scenes at how you prime 10 models in one go, but here they all are. Oh my god, and these models, just before we get started, because I am itching to get stuck in, they're incredible. These are really, really cool. Like, just the simple ones like this, I like a lot, where you've got like a big, massive, cool chainsword and a gun and like a power stance, all the way up to like, I guess this is the fanciest one I've done. This dude with like a big sort of, move these out of the way. Yeah, this big backpack and a huge power axe and like a plasma pistol. And these are some really cool looking minis. I feel like they've got so much more character than like your standard Space Marine. They're awesome. So I guess there's a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it in. So rather than yapping and talking rubbish for too long, let's move that to one side and make a start. So yeah, I kind of alluded to it in the intro. There's a reason why I think this time will be better than last. And that is the big main reason being I've got an actual defined Red Corsair recipe. So the big issue when I did the Space Wolf version is I didn't even know at that point how I wanted to paint Space Wolves. I was just kind of going in blind and being like, oh, I'll just try chucking things here and try chucking stuff there and seeing what works. And I was edge highlighting with white. I was trying like contrast paints, base paints, not even edge highlighting, dry brushing. So that was like the big main issue. I had no idea what I was doing with Space Wolves. But with the Red Corsairs, I've got a nice defined recipe that I like, which is what you're seeing now. Just some sponging on of some reds to build up some layers and highlights. So what we do is the first coat is Khorne Red. We just sponge on all of the panels that we want red on top of a black primed base. So that way what happens is there's some areas we can't get into with the sponge. So we squeeze, get into dush in there. Yeah, you'll kind of see like just down here actually on the leg, there are some sort of areas where the sponge can't reach, and that'll leave some nice black recesses. And then what we can do after this is we can sponge on some red, what is it, Evil Sun Scarlett over the top, or just some highlighted areas like the front of the knee, the top of the breastplate, maybe the higher ends of the shoulders. And then what that does is gives us sort of like a 3 stages of highlights, like a recess shade with that, where the sponge can't reach, a mid-level with the Khorne, where like it gets kind of mostly everywhere, and then the Evil Suns on the highlighting sections. And then we just bring it all in together with some Flesh Tearers Red contrast paint. Just kind of coat it all over to bring the colours together. So yeah, the main reason why I think this thing is going to be better than the the Space Wolf is I know what I'm doing. A nice simple sponging recipe, although it's kind of hard to get into some of these nooks and crannies. So maybe there should have been some sub-assembly. But it'll be okay. So yeah, just going to start off with some rounds of sponging, some reds, and then we can try and tackle the problem that's going to be the trim, because I do think that's going to be the biggest hurdle to overcome is the trim. But let's do this nice peaceful sponging for a little bit, and then we can get on to the horrors of the trim afterwards. So there's the red base layers done, just those 2 layers of red sponging and then some Flesh Tearers contrast on the top just to brighten up those recesses and sort of merge those 2 colours together. And yeah, this might have taken a little bit longer than I thought. Oh my god. It's really funny because I had this whole spiel ready to be like, oh, one of the reasons why I'm doing this like painting challenge is because this whole sponging recipe is really quick and easy, and I kind of want to see sort of how quick and easy it is and how far we can push it. And the fact it's taken me basically 2 hours just to do the red is a little bit worrisome. It's kind of ironic considering the whole point was I was going to be like, oh, it's so easy and it's going to be fine. But what we're doing now is we're just doing the black panels, so I'm hoping that this is going to be fine. So what I wanted to do was use Black Legion contrast on the black panels, just because it's just a bit quicker and easier, and like it's just contrast paint. I don't have to worry about thinning down some Abaddon black and putting over multiple layers. Oh, it's okay, yeah, cool. I was just worried because the sponging method is a bit messy. Like you can see it's kind of gone everywhere. And I was worried that the red would seep through the contrast underneath, like all the excess red on panels. So like, I guess this arm's a good example because I've kind of got some on the elbow. Zoom in. Yeah, where I was like sponging other stuff, it's kind of got on here. So I was worried that Black Legion contrast might not give good coverage. Maybe we'll do 2 coats of it, but even 2 coats of Black Legion would be quicker than 1 coat of Abaddon Black. But yeah, we're just going to do some Black Legion over all of the black panels, and then the real make or break of this challenge occurs next. It's going to be the trim, and I am terrified because there's so much trim on these boys. I kind of forgot because the Red Corsair Raiders don't really have that much. So I was like, oh, I'll be alright with these dudes, but no, there's loads. Like, look at that chest piece, the knee, the shoulder pads. Oh my, oh, okay. Oh my god. I was just thinking, like, oh, we're halfway there. What I'll do is I'll do the Black Templar now, actually, because what we do for our Chaos Red Corsair trim is we put a layer of silver down, like you've just seen. Just put like silver over all the trim, and then we put some Black Templar on top, because doing all of the trim once wasn't enough. We need to do it twice, essentially. But I was just like, I'm halfway there, you know, so maybe I'll do like half now, and then the other half. No, I'm not halfway, I've only done 4. Oh, this is brutal. This is actually, yeah. Although I know this is going to be the worst bit, so that's absolutely fine. Once this is all done, it's all fun and dandy, fun little details and whatnot. It'll be okay. But it's not too bad, you know, because I've set expectations, which is one thing that I didn't do last time, which I've done this time to help manage it, which is another reason why I think this will be different to the Space Wolves video. You know, I'm managing my expectations. I also have sort of made, not sacrifices, plans? Yeah, I planned ahead. I've kind of said, right, I will do this, I won't do this, I won't do that. Like, for example, in the Space Wolf video, I did all the edge highlights. I did the base coats, then I was like edge highlighting everything by brush. And that just took forever. It wasn't like good, and it was a waste of time, and not a waste of time, but it took up way too much time. It wasn't worth the result. So what I've done with this one is I've said, like, you know, we'll do all the trim, and then once we get to the end, if there's time left over, then okay, maybe we'll bust out the edge highlights. Maybe we'll improve some of these base coats with some shading, some sprucing up. But first, let's just do the basic stuff, and then maybe do the extras at the end. So just another minor reason why I think this one will be fine. Just set some expectations. But 4 hours and 26 minutes left on the clock. Going okay. I am optimistic. Oh no. Oh, you ready to see the timer? Oh, look at that. 2 hours and 15 minutes left. I don't understand how it's possible I've spent almost 6 hours doing armor panels and trim. I know it's 10 models. I mean, to be fair, what's that like? I don't know the math. My brain's burnt out. I couldn't tell you. Maybe someone can let me know down below. But yeah, it's wild. I did not expect to take this long because, like I mentioned, the whole point I made of this like recipe of sponging and whatnot was like, oh, it's so quick and easy. Though I guess doing all the trim, because there's been so much, has taken up loads of time. So we're just moving on to some of the details now, to be fair. But I think this will fill it out a lot and we'll get a lot done in a short amount of time because there isn't a lot of details. It's like 90% base and trim. Because like even now, oh my god, I've been through like, I feel like I'm going through the 5 stages of grief. Like at first, what's the first stage? Denial. Like all through this video, I've been like, no, it's fine. It's going to be okay. You know, I'm going to get it done. It'll be all right. We've got enough time. I feel like I've skipped past anger. Like I haven't gotten angry at it yet. I feel like I'm kind of okay because I've jumped straight up to bargaining. I'm like, yeah, well, if we don't get it done, it's okay. It's fine, you know. Because to be fair, I don't know if this is the bargaining speaking and the grief, but I will say one of the reasons why I did this video and I did this challenge was because my pile of shame is like just growing exponentially. When I started the hobby, I made a sort of self-imposed rule where I was like, I'm not going to buy any more products while I've got some on the shelf. I'm not going to have a pile of shame grow. I'm going to be really disciplined. And for the most part, I think I've been really good. I've not really like had half-finished boxes or just unopened stuff. Like everything I've brought, I've opened and painted a big chunk of. But it is starting to grow now with this Red Corsair Battle Force, some of the Age of Sigmar Spearhead, and I've got a couple of leftover Space Marine Black Templar bits I got for Christmas, so it's starting to build up. So the main reason why I did want to do this video was also to try and just hack away at like a huge chunk of my pile of shame. Oh, right, where are we at? I feel like I haven't spoke to the camera like one-on-one like this in a while. I say a while, 7 hours and 10 minutes. Oh boy, yeah. I say 7 hours and 10 minutes. It has been a tiny bit longer. I did take a break about halfway through to go out and have some food and get my hair cut. But that was around the stage 4 of grief, depression. So I did all of the armor and the trim. And then, yeah, the stage 4 of grief, the depression set in, and I was like, these look awful. I've got no time. It's going to be embarrassing putting a video out and saying I spent 6 hours on base armor and trim with no edge highlights. Like, what am I doing? So I took a break, had some food, got a haircut, and then what have we just done? Some of the details you've just seen. So we've done the cloth tabards, the leather pouches, and some of the like straps. Like I've got things that are attached to them, like a cloth linen thing. That's reinvigorated me a little bit. I've moved on to stage 5 of grief, acceptance. I've accepted that I'm probably not going to get, well, I know I'm not going to get these done. I've not even started the weapons, and some of these backpacks have got crazy detail. But that's okay. We've accepted our fate. It's all right. The main objective for me for this was just to try and get like a big chunk of work done, like really make a dent in the pile of shame. And I feel like, yeah, we've done that. I'm acting like it's over, it's not. We've still got 49 minutes and 3 seconds left. And I feel like we can get quite a bit done in that time. So where are we at in terms of the painting? Let's grab this dude just because he's one of my favorites. I think I just want to try and get all the colors on just so we can get like a visual look of how they would look like if they were done without edge highlights. I guess we can stick with the torso and just do some of the metallic details, because they've got a lot of like straps, chest harnesses, random trinkets and belt buckles. So we can bust out the silver again. There we go, 8 hours done. Well, 3:28, but ignore that. There was some mishaps at one point. I accidentally closed it instead of pausing it, but I remembered it was on 3:28, so I had to restart it. But I mean, that's how chaotic and a bit all over the place it's been. Yeah, where are we at? Oh my god, that's way too bright. So we obviously didn't paint all of our 10 Legionaries fully in the 8 hours, but I don't want to stop and end the video here. I think what the plan is, we'll touch base in the morning, because I need to stop looking at these guys for a bit. I need to go to bed. Honestly, I close my eyes and I can see trim, just like one of my eyes closed. No matter where I am, I just see chaos trim. What I want to do is I want to take one of these boys and I want to finish them to completion. Like the whole works, all that highlighting, everything, no time restriction. Then that way we can, after we've done that, we can have a little review and look at the 9 guys that we didn't finish, see how far we got, see what we managed to accomplish in our sort of 8 hour slot, and then also compare it to what it should have looked like if we had unlimited time. So also, I think I'm going to do as well, I had this idea with this, is also kind of do the reverse. So while we're painting up and finishing up one guy, I'm going to do a stopwatch. So the reverse, see how long it would have taken us to finish one, and then we can see how long or how much extra time we would have needed to do all of them. It's going to be really funny when I'm like, do a stopwatch, paint this one, for example, in full, and be like, oh, it took me an extra hour and 10 minutes, so I would have needed like a whole other 9 hours to finish them or something. We're back, well rested, refreshed, and ready to carry on. So yeah, like I mentioned, I'm just going to finish up one of these boys to completion. I picked up this guy just because he's my favourite, like the 2 melee weapons in the air ready to swing down. He's looking really, really cool. So I'm just starting off with some of the edge highlights, just the stuff that I was going to leave till the end if we had any extra time, just because it adds a lot of definition with those black sections. Like I forgot how much shape and structure and definition it gives the black panels when there's the black trim against them. So we'll start off with that, and then also I'll probably do some edge highlights on the red armour as well, just to pump it all up a little bit. Oh dear. So I guess just off the bat, he's already looking loads better, just with the extra little bits of like highlights, like on the knee and the black panel down there. Gives it a little bit more shape and structure. And then some of the extra details filled in, like the glove that I forgot about completely, the insignia and the backpacks, and the gold star, Eye of Horus? I don't know what that is. Eye of Horus? Is that what it is? I don't know. But yeah, the extra little details really filling him in is looking so much better. The problem is though, this took 41 minutes. So I've still got the weapons in the head, so it's probably going to take about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of painting time, like total. And to say that that's how much extra time I would need times 10 to finish it, we weren't even halfway. Oh my god, it's almost embarrassing. Yeah, I've got no idea what's going on here. So I'll see if I can put the reference picture of what I'm looking at just here. But I was trying to look at some images of some Red Corsair Legionaries, and one of them's got like the casing of his chainsword is like a bone, fleshy kind of colour. And it looks really cool in this picture, and I like it, and I'd love to be able to do it. But it ain't this. This looks awful. Oh my god! So I'm just gonna scrap this, go over through it with Leadbelcher and Rattling Grime, like I've done with this sword, and we can bust out the heads and maybe call it there, because yeah, this is getting a bit out of hand and a bit silly now. And here they are, what we've ended up with, well, 4 out of the 10 of what we've ended up with after 8 hours of just solid painting. And it's kind of sad because, like, I think they look kind of alright what we've done. There's just like so much missing and there's just so much left to do. I really underestimated it. But it's quite nice to be like, the only issue was time. It wasn't like, oh my god, the rushing was awful, the application is terrible, this was a horrible experiment, which is what happened last time. I just hated them. It wasn't even like they were just awful and horrendous. But this time it's just, yeah, it's just a bit like, oh, you know, it's a shame we didn't get more time because there's just so much to do. Like this dude on the end hasn't even started the whole back section. I mean, to be fair, we haven't started it on any of them, but the red still looks a bit half done. But it's kind of cool seeing that we managed to do like so much of it though. We did like the armor, the trim, the tabards, the metallics, these little pouches. Like I've started painting the leather in green recently for these Red Corsairs, and I really like that. So those little green pouches. Like a lot of them has been done, to be fair. There was just a lot more left than I thought. So like if we take these guys off, what should we leave on to compare? The dude with the power fist is pretty cool, isn't he? So we'll leave that guy on. And here's what they actually should look like if we manage to finish them. After an extra big reveal, drumroll please, we peel back the studio. 1 hour, 37 minutes and 49 seconds of painting. That's how much more we needed to do to get them from this to actually finished. To be fair though, I probably was taking it a little bit slower with this guy because I was like, there's no time crunch. I'm not flying through 8 or 9 of them. I am sort of just taking it a bit slower. So maybe that could have been cut down to 1 hour and 15. But it's wild to think that, yeah, we'd need an extra 9 and 10, 11, maybe even hours to finish all of them. Like we weren't even halfway done. We needed to do the challenge and then some. It's absolutely crazy. But they do look really cool when they are done. So I guess we can actually take this boy off and let's have a quick 2-minute review and look at this guy on his own. There we go. Won't even edit that out. You can enjoy the switcheroonie. Yeah, this dude's really cool. Like I'm really happy with how he's turned out. Like the nice reds. The weapons are a bit meh. I wasn't sure how to do them. Like just silver and Rattling Grime. It's looking kind of okay. Just like, yeah, silver and like worn casing. It's not really that fancy. There's not much to them. I really like the little Eye of Horus. Eye of Huron. I don't know, the little blue thing there. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then yeah, the highlights on all of the trim, like the knee, and then there's some little extra red ones, kind of like on the hand, just there. There we go. Yeah, just some little extra highlighting bits adding onto it. And then yeah, the finishing up the face and the backpack really like sort of brings it all in together, makes like a really nice image. So yeah, I am really happy with the end result. It's looking really good. Just needed an extra 2 hours almost per mini. And then yeah, the base I just put on some greys normal. I do Armageddon dust and a bunch of dry brushing of greys to like build up an ashen barren wasteland. But overall, they look pretty cool, the old Red Corsair Legionaries. I am keen to do the rest, just don't know when. So we weren't quite able to paint all 10 of the Red Corsair Legionaries in 8 hours, but I still think this video was a big success because, like I mentioned, sneakily the whole point of this video was actually for me to try and tackle my pile of shame and chip away at the growing number of unpainted minis I've got. And we did that. Like, we actually did a lot of work on these minis. I'm just grabbing one to look at now. All that's left really is just like the backpack, the weapons, which on some of them is like quite small, it's like a pistol, and then maybe a couple other little details. So we did actually do a lot of work on these models, and there's not much left on them, so I think it was a big success. Plus, I did actually really enjoy this process. Sometimes I forget that even the difference between painting 1 mini and painting 10 is like a whole other side of the hobby and a different approach and a different way of painting. You go from like spending loads of time on little details and slowly to trying to match paint and stuff, so it's kind of cool to see a different side of the painting. And last time I did this with the Space Wolves, I hated it. It was such a miserable experience. But this was still fine. This one was really good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I got a lot of work done. It was enjoyable to paint the minis, and I didn't feel too stressed because they didn't turn out too bad. We just ran out of a bit of time, which is absolutely fine. When am I going to finish them though? I don't know. I was considering, I'm toying with the idea of doing like a live stream, maybe streaming on YouTube one evening. And these would probably be perfect for that. Just finishing up some Red Corsair Legionaries, a couple of little bits and bobs here and there. So if you want to see a live stream or that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments because I'm still undecided. But as always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe and all the YouTubery stuff, and tune in next time. Bye!